Hi everyone, it's Killshot99 Gaming. This is Play Dead Live Crossfire Arc versus VOX. This is the Jingle Bell Brawl. Brand new style of match tonight. We'll get into it in a couple of minutes. Before we get into that, first of all, it's nice to be back with you guys. It seems like a week. It seems like longer than a week, but we're going to have a lot of fun with this one tonight. These two always get down to business, especially when it's at VOX. We got super chats in the house. Good luck, Art. Good luck, VOX. Try not to lose your hats, says Bones. You'll see what we're talking about shortly. We got Valar in the house. Valar, hello, 99NR Kills, Great Mod, channel member, sponsors, PDL Trivia, players, bundles, box, burn coin, kills coin. We are going to get this thing done. It is date night, baby. Shout out to all of our super fans, all of our players, everybody in it to win it tonight. You guys having a good week? If you guys are having a good week, you ready to get down to business? Give me triple nines in chat right now. Want to see everybody light up the chat really, really loud. Let's see it. There it is. There it is. We're going to light this thing up. So, a couple things I want to announce to you guys. We've got Friday night is the year-end finale of our story, Christmas Crazy Town. And then Saturday, we're going to chill. We're going to relax. We got some boxicle events going on, so show up Saturday night, score your free boxes from Secret Santa, hooking all of us up. It's gonna be some nice surprises with that. And then next week, of course, Monday night is Christmas. Wednesday night, we got another powerful match for you guys. And then next Friday, we will do the exclusive transition into year 5 with what I think is the best cinematic production that I have ever put together. I think that when you watch what we're going to roll out in year 5, you're going to be taken aback a little bit. It's going to be, whoa, this is, I've watched it now several times and I made it, but it still gives me like goosebumps. So it's like, wow, it just feels so Play Dead Live. So I'm super excited about that. Can't wait for you guys. Of course, we got Level Up that same night, and then we're going to do inventory next weekend. So we'll have a bundle tonight. We'll have a bundle next Wednesday. And then after that bundle, you'll get to do your last-minute upgrades. And then next Thursday will be our blackout period. And I will be working on inventory Saturday, and then I'll get it all out to you guys on Sunday. So let's show you guys what's going on. Because, you know, in January, we've got some really, really cool stuff. We got Castle Strike. We got the first ever Kills Cup. So it is going to be action-packed in January. Take a look at the standings. We got Arc 19-8, trying to say, hey, we're going after this Kills Cup, going in as the #1 seed. We got Mir and VOX tied for second place. And tonight, VOX playing, tried to gain a leg up on Mir. What's really cool, though, is all of you guys are going to be able to get a couple of weeks off. So check this out. We got Arc versus VOX, but Arc doesn't play again for 2 weeks. And then we've got next Monday, we've got VOX versus Mir, and then VOX and Mir don't play again for 2 weeks. So it's like everybody kind of gets 2 weeks off around the holidays. So that's really cool. So looking forward to that. There's Dimes. Dimes, there's your super chat. She's like, good luck, Art. Good luck, VOX. Let's tear it up. So you guys are going to get some nice breaks. You're going to really get into the PDL holiday vibe. And you can see we've got all those matches tonight. Jingle Bell Brawl, VOX and Mir. Then we start out the new year, Sly and Arc. And then the following week, we got Mir and Arc. And then we got VOX and Sly. And then we got the Kills Cup the following January. So I'm going to save you guys a little bit of time tonight because we made so many announcements. I'm not going to post the PCP points. They were sent to me on time, but I'm going to get into tonight's bundle so we can get started on time tonight. You guys may or may not know this, but I am the proud father of twins. So wanted to share that with all of you guys. And hopefully we get a big, big congratulations. So, yep, I'm a proud dad, and I added, yeah, right, 2 more G's to the group. I've got Gigi and Gia have joined Grayson, Gabby, and Gabe. So 5 G's, and they are just cute little baby dolls. So 2 more girls. The girls now outnumber the guys. So 3 girls, 2 guys. So yep, it's growing. It's growing. So thank you, appreciate that. So I will get started on time tonight, because you guys know when I finish tonight, I'm gonna run in and I got to keep the 3 G's separate than the 2 G's, and then get them all merged together, and this room, that room, and just breaking it all down. So Gabe is getting better. Grayson's gonna take a little bit longer, but they're all get so used to getting to attention, and it's just gonna take a while to do it the right way. All right, Ron told him what time it was. So if you are not playing tonight, Ron, I'm talking about my kitties, and Ron's like, there's no roll time? What's going on? Ron, calm down, Ron. Ron, it's going to be okay. Take a deep breath. We're going to have roll time. All right. let's get, there you go. All right, let's get down to business, Ron. I'm trying to get everybody some packs. All right, if you are Mir, if you are Sly, give me those numbers. All right, Mir and Sly, where you at? Ron is ready to go. All right. We got some good numbers in the house. And you know what I'm going to do? Tonight, because it's the last event, the last faction war before Christmas, we're going to roll them. I'm going to roll twice. I'm giving away 2 packs tonight for the January event. Here we go. Let's get down to business. Let me refresh. There we go. Get that 20-sider up there. And we got number 17. Did anybody have 17? Nope. We're going to do it again. Number 12. All right. Let's get these die rolls in there. Number 9. Number 3. All right. We got 3 for JJ. And you know what? 9 is a upside down 6. Let's give it a moonshot. All right. Close enough, because we got to get down to business. So it was almost. If my head was tilted a little bit, that would have been a 9. So, all right, we're going to give it to Moonshot, and we're going to give it to JJ for tonight's pack event. And let me show you guys tonight's bundle. Bundle, really, really awesome. So take you to tonight's Epic War Bundle. I've gotten so much compliments with this gear, so I want to thank you guys. I've had a little extra time so you guys can see the designs. But take you up top. We're going to start out with Elixir of Extreme, Elixir of Steel, 2 Navy, 2 Gas Blast, 5 Post-Battle Pet Revive, Graphene, Carbine, 1 of each of your waxes. Take you down to the Curse Red, Enrage 2, Glyph of Ravage, Combat Orb, Red Summon Skin, Savage 6. You know what? I don't know. I don't know. Should we do it? What do you guys think? We're on that bottom row. All right, because I am in the holiday spirit, we're going to do a triple bottom bonus. Triple bottom bonus, everybody. That means we're going to give you 3 Mag 7, 3 Super 8, 3 Hostile 9, 3 Terror 10. Take you to Curse Blue, Gold Weapon Skins, Secure Glyph, Astral Glyph, Enrage 3, Seal Smoke, 3 Gold Summon Skins, 3 Max Seal, 3 Silver Sparks, 3 Super Whammo. Go over to the green. Energy Orb, Arrowhead, Spider Silk, Absorption, Disaster, Base Orb, 3 Heal and Thrill, and 3 St. Elmo in tonight's bundle. Because when we do them in the bundles, you guys know they're single, but that is 3 St. Elmos. That's We've never done 3 St. Elmos before. Healing Smoke, take you up top. Mythic Summon Skins, Colossal Summon Skins. We got a little blank area there. So I am going to give you tonight as your bonus, because we got an event coming up in January called The Awakening. I'm going to give you a wicked right-handed ring. You also get the PvP Alpha Gem. And let me know if you think the Alpha Strike gear is the most beautiful gear you've ever seen before. I don't think there's any set of gear we've ever rolled out that is even close to being at this level. H13, D10, base 9, highest base we've rolled out since the Purge. AP 5, highest AP we've rolled out since the Purge, and a brand new ability called Haze. Haze 5 is going to be, it's kind of like the anti-amplify, anti-mass destruction. It is a one-time deal, but it does stack. So you can haze a person. So for example, I want to haze Ron for 5. Next person can haze Ron for 5. It stacks, and it is 5% nerf per haze. So if you've got 5 people, and Ron just went, and you start hazing him, haze, 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 you can nerf his attack when it gets back around to him 25%. So it is somewhere in between a torment. It is somewhere in between just lessening that ability, kind of like an absorption, kind of like a Tigress, but it will stack. So you got that person you know is loading up. Maybe you don't have enough torments. Then you can definitely haze them to lower that big attack that might be coming up. So brand new ability. I know you guys love your mass destruction. I know you love your amplify. Well, now the defensive players, it does. Now it stacks up to how many ever times between turns, but the most players you could have go Tammy after a person's move is 5, right? So if you go, and it's the beginning of a game, then I can only stack it 4 times. But if it's in round 5 and you go, then 5 people, right? So you could stack it up until the next person's turn. You don't have to stack it on that person. You can stack it on somebody who hasn't went yet. So you could give them a 5, give somebody a 5 and a 5. But it's not a permanent debuff, but it is like a one-time deal. All right, good stuff. Kel, let's see. We got this bundle is loaded. Brand new gear, awesome stats. You got the wicked right-handed ring tonight, double bottom bonus tonight. I'm sorry, triple bottom bonus tonight. And that triple bottom bonus has 3 St. Elmos in it. We are definitely doing the holiday spirit. The only thing that might be bigger than this is Saturday night. And while Kel's typing that, again, I got to remind you guys, you have to be present. One deal that I made with Secret Santa. Santa's like, hey, kills, I love hooking everybody up, but I got one condition. They got to be there. Because if I'm going to go out of my way and drop those presents down, they got to pop in and they got to hang out. This is our social event. So you got to be there. You got to show up in order to score the prizes. We do it once a year. And look, I know some people might be busy, but Santa's a very particular dude. All right, we got Crimson, Busy, Dimes, JJ, Justice, Julia, Football, B-Dub, Cat, Valar, Craven, Ron, Riley, Bones, Trigger, Pope, Die, and Kel. Rocking the gear. 8 o'clock Saturday night will be when it'll start. I'm going to try to start it early so, you guys are going to be spending time with family. And the last one we did was, they're pretty quick because they're boxicles. So they're half bundle, half box. So it's a pretty quick box opening event, and we're going to go through about 30 of them. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff, everybody. All right. Appreciate that. So we have a lot of fun, and take note. See who's got the gear. Put it in your notes so you can know who is going to be ramping up their gear scores going forward. All right. You guys ready to get down to business? Let's get this thing going. And tonight's rules are a little bit different, and I'll explain in a second. I think it's gonna be fun. If you guys like this, we will do this again. I think it's gonna be a neat dynamic. All right, we got, if you are playing in tonight's starting lineup, if you are Ron, Kat, J-Law, Trigger, Jim, Valar, Julia, and Dow, if you are those 8, give me your pre-match buffs right now. All right, we got Kat, Ron, J-Law, Trigger, Julia, Mr. Freeze, Jim, and Valar. Take you down to the VOX Vatican. Now, you guys saw what happened to VOX Vatican. So, it's currently still up in Faction Wars, just not on Friday night, because VOX Vatican was looking pretty rough. But for the Faction Wars, just assume that it's not all burned down yet, Ron. All right, here we go. Take a look. And you know what? Y'all might want to screenshot this and put it on a Christmas card, because I think it's beautiful. Here is tonight's starting lineup. We will start with J-Law going first. J-Law is in the DZ with a cute little Santa hat. Then we go over to Valar. Valar in the DZ. After Valar, we got Trigger. Trigger is in the tank zone, and they have chosen the tank. After Trigger, we got Gemstone. Gemstone is sieging. She's the captain, also in the bomber zone. After Jim, we got Father Ron. Ron is sieging captain. He is down in the bomber zone. After Ron, we got Julia. Julia is in the rover zone. She is challenging tonight. Then we got Kat. Kat is in the rover zone. And after Kat, we got Dow. Dow is in the tank zone. And Dr. Dye will be the challenger for Team VOX. Okay. Everybody's wearing a hat. Now, everybody's wearing a hat, so maybe not everybody's playing, but you'll find out as we go. The rule for tonight is very simple. And you got to pay attention to little things, right? Because some people let their health get to a certain level. You know, they have a comfort zone. Maybe it's 60%, maybe 70%, maybe it's 30%. Well, with tonight's individual rule is if a player goes below 40%, they lose their hat, falls off, and you get their hat. And that is a 50-point play. So if you incorporate some attacking, some things, maybe a mythic blue, maybe a tanner, whatever, when you use things, you could gradually lose 10%, 15%, 20%. But once you drop below 40, you lose your hat. The other team gets 50 points because they pick up your hat. You can only lose your hat once. They can't farm you, but you can still die. I mean, people can still attack you. So we'll see. We'll see if people play aggressive or if they play semi-aggressive or whatever. There's a potential, if teams play 7 players, there's a potential of 350 points that could be out there with hats. Very simple. Once you lose it, you could still be hit again, but once you've lost the points, you can't keep losing points for that. All right, that's what we got tonight. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a challenging format, but again, if you guys like it, we could do something like this in the future to give a little bit of semi-PvP. Remember, timers cannot be challenged. Be quick, have fun, and let's get down to business. Let's go with J-Law the wall. 20-second timer, J-Law. Kick us off. Fantasy Island, Boston, Maine, and they will pass. That is as fast as you will ever see. All right. J-Law with her Santa cap going down to Fantasy Island. Boston, Maine, playing boss in 1 with cap in 3. And they're going to pass it over to Team Arc. And let's see what Arc has to do. The mission book. Team Arc, for the end of round 5, you would have to destroy 1 wall. Light 6 or more watchtowers. You don't have to light them first, but you would have to have 6 lit. And they would have to stay lit till the end of round 5. And you'd also have to kill 1 or more Kangs. So kill a Kang, light 6 watchtowers, and destroy a wall. Jim, got it? If you got it, give me a 999. All right. Let's go over to Valar. Valar. "20-second timer, V." Beats the timer. Wicked Boss. Holy Avenger. All right. Holy Avenger means there can be no negative effects to the Arc wall. Now, y'all can still play things, but anything that would negatively impact it does not happen. Wicked Boss. Valar playing Wicked Boss in 1 would cap in 3, and that played the right way. Makes J-Loss Boss worth -50. If it caps. Gonna steal Ron's Boss. No boss for Ron. Gonna play Flourish Wand. Valar with an absorption. Max Seal to Julia. Mass Destruction is 3 for the final time tonight, because Hayes will replace it. MD3. It'll replace 1 of it. There'll still be Mass Destruction 2 after tonight. Put out a flame. And a Max Seal. Real quick recap. Wicked Boss is good. Holy Avenger to the wall. Flourish. Put that little green gem down there. Steal Ron's Boss. Absorption Potion. Max Seal to Julia Denham. And Mass Destruction. All within the timer. Let's go over to Trigger. Trigger from the Tank Zone. 20-second timer. Easily beats the timer. Trigger playing Dark Boss, able to get some of those points back. Look at that. Dark Boss for Trigger could be worth an extra 25. Trigger playing in 1 would cap in 3. Seal Rage Elmo, going to steal Valar's Dominari. Orb of Jet to Julia. It's going to cut all of her PCP points in half. Mass Destruction 3 is good. Let's give her that Elmo. And a Watchtower. All right, Watchtower number 1 is lit up. Also gets a seal. Seals are important, right? Dark Boss is good. Seal is good. Rage Elmo to the Watchtower. Steal Valar's Dominari, Orb of Jet, and Mass Destruction 3, all within the timer. Let's go to Gemstone. 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Going to move to their bomber zone. We'll play Masara and Seal, Mythic Kang, Raged Elmo with Mass Destruction 3. Puts us up to 6. But we're also going to do the Masara roll. And Masara is going to be a 12-sider. One second. Oh, there we go. 1 to 7 would be a hinder. 12-sided die is going to be a 10. No hinder for Team VOX. Let's light a Watchtower and an Elmo. Elmo's 1 to 1. Movement's good. Masara, Seal, Mythic Kang to the boss. Mythic Kang could be worth 63. And we are good to go. All right, let's go over to Father Ron. 20-second timer, Ron. MBS, Valar. Is Valar going to be about that smoke? Valar, you want that Father Ron smoke or no? All right, 20 seconds. We need a response, Valar. Either she's going in or... All right, we're going to surrender. We give a white flag to Father Ron. MBS. And a ruffled feather. We'll see Ron in round 3. Do you remember? Ron gotta surrender. I mean, it's close, right? Father Ron with the surrender. Feather, white flag, and MBS points. Let's go over to Julia. Julia, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Sleet Wand. Blue wands are off the board, and we're going to freeze top block. Euclid on cat. Max Seal to Valar. All right, going to bring out the Ghost Chopper. One second. All right, so what the Ghost Chopper does, as opposed to the regular chopper, is it allows her to get in the chopper, but her rover stays in play. So if they decide to use it at a later time, they can. Sleet Wand, Euclid. Ghost Chopper to the temple. She has to burn a nitrous and a max seal. Now, she immediately touches down, and when she touches down, she gets credit for the temple immediately. Because it does have the effects of the chopper. And the rover does stay in play. All right, let's go to Cat. We skip Cat, and we go to Dow. 20 seconds, Dow. She does get a tire. And the additional rover would grant another tire later on, because it's still on the board. All right, going to jump in the tank. So Dow getting in the tank, he gets a cannonball. Going to Talon Julia to the tank zone. She loses her chopper. Going to move to the temple steps. E6 Elmo to the wall with tank vest and mass destruction 3 with a seal smoke. Ron's going to be double damage with the tank vest. And he's playing the Elmo. Gold blue from Trigger. Gold blue is going to hit Dow. It's going to break his gear absorption. And that will be the end of round number 1. At the end of round number 1, Dow will rotate into the temple and get a blessing. Julia will get credit for the tank zone as well. Remember, choppers give immediately credit. Julia has the temple and the tank zone. Strawman 0-0. DZ. Valar 25. Vox 0. All right, we're going to go to round number 2. A little bit of craftiness there. Round number 2, we'll start it out with J-Law the Wall. J-Law, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. J-Law is going to move to the DZ. Mythic Kang to the boss. Could be worth 63 for J-Law. Hazen Days to Dow. Gold Spark to Dow. Rage St. Elmo to the Watchtower. Light Watchtower number 2. And they're going to go ahead and rage it up. Let's go over to Valar. 20-second timer V. Got Valar, Trigger, and Jim. Timer's up. Did not beat the timer. Nerf timer is activated. Nerf timer is up. Did not beat the first Nerf timer. %, Nerf. All right, so get a 25% Nerf. Mythic Kang to her boss. 63 points. Pet Repel. Rage Elmo to the Watchtower with Amplify. All right. So did not beat the timer. Trigger, 20-second timer. Nerf timer started. Beat both timers. She's good. Trigger going to jump into tank. Cannonball. Temple Steps. Mythic Kang to J-Law's boss. Could be worth 63. Going to hinder Julia to give her a -1. Let's put out that flame. And a pet repel. All good. All right, let's go from trigger over to gemstone, 20 seconds. Beats the timer. She's going to move to the ozone. A little bit of a haul there. Mythic Gideon. -28. Pet repel. Amplify. Ron says wait. E3 Elmo to the watchtower. J-Law going to prevent it. Movement's good. Pet's good. Smoke is good. Prevention shuts down the attack. Let's go over to Father Ron. We skip Father Ron. Let's go over to Julia from the tank zone. 20-second timer. No longer in a chopper. Beats the timer. Julia walking up to the bomber zone. Going to play Red Watcher. It'll be on watchtower number 3, Ron. Going to drop Pet Repel. Going to go top hat to the wall with Amplify. Art. Looks like they might be playing some music on the wall here in a little bit. Ron says wait. J-Law going to get rid of the smoke. J-Law wants that smoke. Stealing that Pet Repel, or making it go away. And a gold blue from Cat. It's going to break Julia's seal. That is a good challenge. Yep, Ron, you have to pick somebody else. That is not you and not Cat. All right, red from J-Law. That works. It will hit Julia, break her seal. And let's go to Cat. Cat is no longer a boss. 20-second timer. Julia going to use absorption. She no longer has absorption ability. And she does have her seal back, Team VOX. Timer's up for Cat. Beat both timers. Cat's going to get into the rover. Chopper goes away. She's going to move to the temple. Actually moving inside the temple. Since Trigger's on the stairs. Mythic Kang to J-Law's boss. Could be worth 63. Dropping a seal. Rage 5 Elmo to the Watchtower. With Mass Destruction 3. And Cat getting that tire. Light the Watchtower. Chopper goes away. And another Elmo. Rover for the tire. Move inside the temple. Mythic Kang is good. Dropping a seal on herself. F5 Elmo to the Watchtower. Lights up number 3. Let's go over to Dow. 20-second timer to Dow from the temple. Beats the timer. Dow playing Red Watcher. Lost my Watcher. Anyway, there's still a Watcher there. And now there's a Red Watcher here. And by the way, those 2 Red Watchers are 10 points for each one. Red Watcher, Pet Repel, E4 Elmo to the wall with Amplify and a blue spark. Is going to nerf his attack because of the Haze and Daze smoke. He is in a tank. So we got a 4. 5, 6. All right, Mass Destruction and Amplify tacked onto it. No specialties, but he does get the points from the Elmo. And an S6. Black block. Green block. Amplified. Green block. %75. 25 green remaining. All right, that is the end of round number 2. Captains, give me your subs. Dow with a blessing. Cat with a blessing. DC, I got 25-25. Laura with a couple halos. J-Law with a halo. Strawman 0-0. All right. We've got Dr. Dye coming in for J-Law. Pope for Villar. Order will be Dr. Dye, Pope, Trigger, Jim, Ron, Julia, Kat, and Dow. All right, so we're going to start out. Before we get to Dr. Dye's turn, we are going to cap a boss, which is going to be boss number 1 for VOX. And we're going to cap 189 points in Kangs. All right, we got our buffs, and we're moving on to round number 3. Remember, timers are 20 seconds, everybody. Enjoy. Second unit, 20-second timer starts now. Dr. Dye. Beats the timer. All right, going Rambo. Ron, give me the text on Rambo. Actually, never mind. Kill all enemy Kangs in play. I got it. I got it on the Cyborg draft stage. Look at that. All right. We got 2 Kangs in play, killing them both. Boston Main Street. Woo, that Rambo is strong. Boston 3, cap in 5. Dragon Smoke. Relight the Bomber Zone Dragonstone. Inferno. Light a Straw Man. 10 points will come back to Dr. Dye, taking her down to 90%. The Smoke Inhalation. An Absorption Potion. Mass Destruction 3. All right, Cyborg Rambo, Boston Main Street, Dragon Smoke, Inferno, Absorption Potion, and Mass Destruction 3, Dr. Die, all within the timer. And before we get to Pope, let's cap his boss with no Kangs. Both teams being a little tricky tonight. Flags are 1-1. Pope, 20-second timer. Gonna go Gronk to the boss. Taking Dr. Dye's boss down to 50%. Gonna stack Main Street afterwards. Gronk to the boss on Main Street, and Pope playing boss on Main Street in 3. It would cap in 5. Gold Spark Cat. Going to drop Seal and Thrill. H9 Gavel loaded to the Main Street boss and juicing up the Mass Destruction. Gold Blue from Cat. Ron, I got that as your final blue. Gold from the Gold Blue. Will break his gear absorption. Gronk boss, Gold Spark. Seal and Thrill Smoke. H9 Gavel shut down. The gold to come back and break his gear absorption. Let's go to Trigger's boss. We'll cap Trigger's Dark Boss. Flags are now 2-1. Trigger, you're on the clock. 20-second timer starts now. And Team Arc, you cannot play Kangs this round as a result of Rambo. So not only does it kill your Kangs, but you can't play additional Kangs this round. It's a 2-part Cyborg. Max Spark to Julia. All right, so we're going to slow Julia down. The Max Spark. Going to play Watcher. Juices up the potion requirement. E2 Elmo to the Watchtower and Dragon Smoke with Amplify. All right, Jim does say it hits. Does hit. All right, Red Watcher. So give you 10 points. And Jim did call the hit, Ron. So you do get the Elmo points, but you do not like the Watchtower because Dow has a Red Watcher sitting right there on tower number 1. Max Spark is good. Elmo is good for the points. Watchtower does not light. Dragon Smoke is good. And the Amplify is good. Wall is still frozen. Amplify will go in behind it. All right, we're going to go from Trigger over to Gemstone. 20-second timer. Beats the timer. She's going to move to their DZ. Going to place a Mirror Smoke on Main Street Boss. It's not resolved yet, but it is surrounded. Dark Boss to their chest. Jim playing Dark Boss in 3 would cap in 5. Could be worth 25 additional. Render Dr. Dive for scoring pets. And a Max Bark to Cat. Movement, Smoke, Pet, Juice, Grenade, Ability, Spark. Going to go with Gold Sonar. Nerf the attack 15%. It's going to make it an F5 Goliath. F5 Goliath will take Dr. Die's Boss from 50%. After Mass Destruction, is going to kick it up 1 rank. Down to 30%. 20% with the grenade shot. Dr. Die's Boss is hurting. Let's go from Gemstone. Father Ron will be joining us. Ron is back. 20-second timer from the top of the screen. Got Ron, Julia, Cat, and Dow. Ron's going to move to their DZ. Drop Fear Smoke. Holy Avenger on the wall. We'll get rid of the ice block, and that wall cannot have any other negative abilities put on it. Max Spark Julia to keep her right where she's at. Ron playing Red Watcher. So we now have 2 stacked on the 3rd watchtower. Each additional watcher bumps it up. And that is a 2nd red watcher for Team VOX, another 10 points. S6 Elmo to the watchtower. Ron knows what's up. It does hit. With mass destruction. Move to their DZ. Fear Smoke. Legendary. Max Spark. Keep Julia in place. Pet. S6 St. Elmo to the watchtower. That's going to be watchtower number 4. It is lit. Next one has no watcher on it. But pay close attention to where the watchers are on the screen. Julia, you are where you are. 20-second timer. Go ahead and play your move. Or you're going to miss the timer, and I'll get to Diana in a second. Dr. Dye, you got a render that was played on you, so we got to get rid of 2 of your scoring pets. Going to Max Spark Cat to keep her in place. And they're going to render you again. So that's going to be 4. And I don't know how many scoring pets you have. But just let me know. Kruger is going to unlight watchtower number 4, Ron. So you are back to 3, so remember the next one will hit that bottom one. Kruger to take Vox back down to 3. Max Spark to keep Cat in place. S6 Goliath loaded to Main Street with a Thrill Smoke. It's going to make it S7 Goliath. Julia has a hinder. It's going to make it S6. Ron, you guys there? Are we working on the render? Let me know what's going on. All right, there we go. Watcher, Giblet, Kang, and Gideon. That was a good 4-piece there. That was a 4-piece and a biscuit. All right. We got a double render. Some good pets, actually. So we got an S6 Goliath. This one not nerfed. This is going to be the full effect. because we got a 6. The Thrill will make it a 7. After the Hinder will make it a 6. Then we beef it up. So the F5 that was nerfed 15% gave us 20% damage. This one gives us 32% damage. Ron. Dr. Dye's boss with the mirror smoke. A couple of grenades hit, and a Gronk is taking the boss out. Julia with a ruffled feather. All right, let's go over to Cat. Cat, you are stuck in the temple. 20 seconds. We got Cat, and then we got Dow, both in the temple. Cat is gold sparked and stuck in her rover. Timer's up. Did not beat the timer, but did beat the nerf timer. Dow pretty much beat everybody's timer. You might want to delete that till you get to your move, Dow. Voyage to steal their sub. Splash Dow out of the temple. Mythic Watcher. And a Dragon Smoke. All right, the Dragon Smoke is going to fizzle because we're in round 3, and you guys have already used 2 Dragon Smokes. To relight. So Dragon Smoke is just wasted. Voyage to steal their sub. Wave award for Cat. Mythic Watcher. We got a lot of Watchers up there. That is the 3rd one. And Mythic Watcher is going to give us 20 points. S6 Snowstorm loaded to the wall and Amplify. Get the Amplify. First blue of the game is Mythic. And that will break Cat's seal. She's going to use the absorption ability. She'll keep her seal. All right, one more time. Legend for the sub. Dow gets splashed out. He can't re-enter this round. Mythic Watcher stacks, and they get to 20 points. Dragon Smoke, waste. S6 Snowstorm loaded to the wall. Is stopped. Amplify is good. All right, let's go over to Dow. Dow, new move. 20-second timer starts now. Beats the timer. Kruger to the watchtower. F5 Elmo to the wall. Thrill Smoke with Ignite. Ron, we got a Kruger and F5 Elmo with Thrill and his Ignite gems. Hits or wait? Ron says it hits. All right, Kruger. Going to remove the top one. All right. So, Ron, the next one you guys have hit would be at the very top. Does have a watcher on it. So you now have 2 watchtowers lit. Kruger going to unlight that one. F5 Elmo to the wall with Thrill. 10 points for arc. Wall damage. With increased amplify effect, that is 25% of a green block remaining. Takes down the green, takes down the blue, takes down the blue, 2 1/4, and takes down 30% of a blue. I've got 70 green or 70 blue remaining. So 4 red and 70 blue on the arc side. Let's go to round 4. This is the final round of the first half from the DZ. Dr. Die, 20-second timer for you. Oh, hold on. Let's stop for a second. Let me get you guys caught up. We're going to move Trigger into the watchtower. Cat and Trigger. We're going to dim a Dragonstone on the arc side. We're going to dim one on the VOX side. DZ. Jim neutralized, but Ron took over. So 25 VOX, 0 arc. Strawman. 5 VOX, 0 arc. Let's give a halo to Father Ron and Dr. Die. All right, now we go to round 4. Dr. Die, you're up. 20 seconds for you. Beats the timer. She's going to release the sub. All right, do we have the medic? Anybody got that readily available? I can look it up, if not. Medic sub, anybody? That is the priest. All right, 2 turns, rebuilds 2 blocks. All right, so we're going to put that right over there. All right, that will hit in round 5. So in round 5, first player's turn, 2 blocks. Let's go over to Pope. From the no zone, 20-second timer. Timer's up. Beat the timer. Mythic Kang to Main Street from Pope. Could be worth 63. It is a new round, so they can play Kang. Glacier to freeze the wall. Dust to Ron. And S8 St. Elmo to the Watchtower with Amplify Ron. And of course, they are freezing it to do double damage. Ron using the prevention. Wall is no longer frozen, nor does it deal double damage. Mythic Kang's good. Glacier was temporary. Ron shut it down. Dust and no Elmo Amplify does go through. Let's go over to trigger in the tank from the temple. 20-second timer trigger. Good to see trigger get a little extended play-in time tonight. Timer is up. Nerf timer is active. Beat the Nerf timer. Blaze to Strawman. Like Strawman number 2. Blue Spark, Super Thrill, H9 Navy to the wall. And you can't do Ignite or Shatter. So it will be Ignite. It's the first that's typed. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13 from the tank. 14, 15, 16, 17. S17 Navy to the wall with Ignite Gemstone. And it hits. After mass destruction. Big hit from trigger. S17 Navy. That's going to kick it up to an S17 Cataclysm. Black, green, green, blue. Just like that with a Navy grenade trigger. Walls are almost even. It's a lot of juice on that grenade. Big time attack from trigger. Let's go over to Gemstone. 20-second timer. Timer's up. Going to move to the rover zone. No nerf on the attack. Red Spectral Snake to Strawman. Going to put out Strawman number 2. M7 Elmo to the Watchtower. Just what she needed. 5, 6, 7. But each time that Watchtower's hit, so that is going to light up Watchtower number 3. Arc 3, Box 2. Going to hinder Ron and give him a -1. Movement's good. Dousing Pet is good. M7 Elmo to the Watchtower is good as well. Ron is dusted from the DZ. Ron, 20-second timer for you. We got Ron, Julia, Kat, and Dow. Beats the timer. Ron going to move to their tank zone. I'm going to move Pope up a little bit to the no zone since he had a wall attack. Put him right there. Give Ron a little bit of room. Dragon Smoke. Yep. Double pet. Warning. But no problem because he played the right one he wanted to play first. So movement's good. Dragon Smoke is good. Inferno to Strawman. Absorption and Amplify. So he plays the Absorption, lights the Strawman, immediately loses the Absorption. From the Strawman attack, the Inferno. Yep, it's lit, Julia. All right, hold up. Yep. Pope aimed at the Watchtower. We'll move Pope. Hang on a second. So he's not in the DZ because he was feared out of the DZ and he didn't move back to the DZ. So, unsuccessful challenge. Next one is a negative point penalty. Kruger is going to unlight the Watchtower. Kruger is going to take Arc down to 2 Watchtowers. Move to tank zone. Dragon Smoke lights all the Dragon Stones. Ron played a double pet. He removed the ace. Just a warning for that. Inferno to Strawman hits. The Absorption absorbs it and the Amplify. All good. All right, let's go to Julia from the Bomber Zone. 20 seconds. We got Julia, Kat, and Dow. Beat the nerf timer. Julia's going to move to the Rover Zone. Colossal Kang to Main Street Boss. Could be worth 73. Dragon Smoke. F5 Elmo loaded to the wall. Going to hinder Cat. Dr. Die, double evoke. They will get the Elmo points. You are correct, Ron. I inadvertently said PCP cut in half, but it is scoring pet. Sorry. Good call, Ron. So, Colossal Kang, if it caps, worth 36 points, not 73. Rover Zone, Colossal Kang, Dragon Smoke, F5 Elmo, and we're going to double evoke it. And add Mass Destruction to it. F5 Red Eye. Joey has a -1 hinder. We'll make it F4 naturally. Cut it to a 4 to a, from a 4 to a 2, 2 to a 1. Red Eye, down to a Navy. Enrage 1 Navy. No amplify on that block. 70% of a blue block. Let's go take it down to 40% of a blue block. We keep the same blue block, take it from 70 down to 40. Double evoke, magical again. Let's go to Cat, who now has a -1 hinder, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Boss to their chest with a pet repel. Cat, boss in 4. Would cap in 6. F5 Goliath loaded to the wall with Rampage. Prevention from Pope. And we got 1 move left after the prevention. Pope, you can hit type prevention in chat for us to confirm it. All right. And final move of the first half. We go to Dow from the no zone. 20-second timer. Not beat the timer. Going to move to the temple steps. Mythic Kang to the boss. Possible 63. E4 Elmo loaded to the wall. And going to shatter. Start with a shatter. You take it from 40 down to 15 blue. Dr. Dye going to take half of that with her absorption. The other half goes through. That wall is a 15 blue. So half of the E4 Elmo with mass destruction goes to Dr. Dye. Hits her absorption, does a little bit of carryover damage. 6%. I got Dr. Dye sitting at 94%. Team Arc takes down to 20% of a blue block. Gets the Elmo points. And 60% of a red block. Arc, I got you at 40 red. So 3.4 for Team Arc. And that is it for round number 4. Captains, give me your subs. Trigger and Cat. Getting a blessing. Dr. Dye, Sega Halo. Strawman, 10 VOX, 0 Arc. DZ, 25 VOX, 0 Arc. Crimson for Dye, Tim in the Ozone. All right, looks like we got our pre-match buffs. The order is going to be as follows. It'll be Crimson, Busy, Trigger, Jim, Ron, Julia, Kat, Dow, Sir Tim, and Shaman Sheila. The first boss that we'll cap would be on Pope's turn, or Busy's turn. Pope's boss would cap. And Crimson, you are first to act in round number 5. 20-second timer starts now. Beats the timer easily. Talon Cat to the temple. Drop a seal. F5 Elmo to the watchtower. Does it hit Jim? Arc. It hits. All right. We'll light up the third watchtower. Next one would be the one down at the bottom. And they do get the 10 points from the Elmo. Talon's good. Seal is good. Elmo's good. And Mass Destruction is added. All right. Next will be Busy before Busy's turn. I've got a 63, a 63, and a 36. Should be 162 in Kangs. So let's cap those Kangs. Bosses are now even at 2-2. Points are a little different on them, but they are even. Flags are 2-2. And let's go over to Busy. Busy, 20-second timer starting now. Beats the timer. Busy going to go Boston Main Street. Busy playing Boston 5, cap in 7. Turn to a Priestess, S6 Elmo with Mass Destruction 3. Busy is now a Priest. Ron, you got an S6 Elmo to the Watchtower. Does hit. And Ron, why does that not light the Watchtower? Busy, you do get 10 points for the Elmo. Acquired an M7. So boss is good. Gets a seal. Boss seal turns into a Priestess. He has 6 Elmo. They do get the 10 points for the Elmo, but do not light the Watchtower. All right, let's go from Busy over to Trigger from the Tank Zone. 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Trigger going to run into the temple while it's available. Dune to Strawman. Spread the Flame. Max Seal to Sir Tim. Spread to flame to straw man number 3. S6 monster loaded to the wall. I'm going to render busy. Busy scoring pets. I need 2 of them. All right, so busy, you owe me 2 pets and a priest prevention. Kang and Cinco. And there's busy, so using the prevention as well. Trigger moving to the temple. Dune to Strawman. Seal to Tim. Grenade is stopped, and the render is satisfied. All right, we got Jim with a Dark Boss. Ark now has the flag game lead. 3-2. And a 20-second timer. Got Jim, Ron, and Julia. Timer's up. Nerf timer is up. This will be for a 25% nerf. Beats the second nerf timer. She's going to move to their tank zone. Ward on Dow. And S8 Elmo to the watchtower. Father Ron. Does hit. Another Elmo for Ark. And they do light watchtower number 3. Watchtowers now 3-2. Next one will be the one at the bottom for both teams. Go from Jim over to Ron. 20 seconds, Ron. Got Ron, Julia, Kat, Dow, Tim, and Sheila. Beats the timer. Ron going Mythic Gideon for a -28. Move to their bomber zone with a seal. Going to render Sheila. Sheila, give me your scoring pets. And an M7 Mighty Mike loaded to the wall. Ron the Builder. Gideon's good. Movement's good. Seal is good. M7, Mythic Blue. Going to break Ron's seal. But his new seal is not resolved yet. Will not break his seal. Ron playing Absorption. And Sheila gets rid of Mythic Kang. All right, Gideon, movement. M7 Mighty Mike, stopped, Absorption. Let's go to Julia, 20-second timer from the Rover Zone. Julia going to get into Rover. She does get an additional tire because she used the Ghost Chopper earlier. So second tire award for Julia. She's going to move to the DZ. She does have unlimited range. And now she has a Absorption from Valar's Flourish Wand. Going to use Mind Trip on Ron to get rid of his Torment Smoke. Mythic Vessel. Wow. All right. Mythic Vessel and Zulu, Elmo, and Revolt Ron. All right, I'm going to hit the Revolt Ron. Ron, no T10. But the Zulu is going to be double grenade damage from her rocket launcher because she's in a rover. The Mythic Vessel is going to be 1 enraged to her vehicle, but a 3 temporary enraged, which is going to be a 4. So that is going to be extra damage to the grenade and extra rage. So I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, S9, and double the grenade damage and the Elmo. $40 red. Red block, and a red block. Zulu mowing down more than the 3.4 that was needed. Double the grenade damage the first time. Remember, rocket launchers have to be reloaded if they're ever going to be used a second time. Gold bar for Julia. And let's reset it. Biggest grenade hit of the night so far. All right, let's go from Julia over to Cat from the Temple. 20 seconds, Cat. Mythic Gideon and Torment busy. Minus 28. Going to go with Shatter. I got to back up. All right. Going to back this up 1 second. Gemstone. At the start of Crimson's turn, the sub is to rebuild 2 blocks. So I'm taking the wall back to where it was prior to Julia's attack. Hits or stop it. Sheila's going to use the prevention, Ron. Ron, you understand what happened? So they're going to prevent the blocks from being taken with the prevention. Now we're going to play out everything else that happened, and the wall will go back to where we're at right now. All right, so we're going to rebuild it. All right, cool. It's my bad, but I didn't want to get too far into the game, so we got it straightened out. All right. Now we got Cat, Torment to Busy, M7 Goliath loaded to shatter. Jim, hits or wait on Cat's attack? Does hit. We're going to start out with a shatter. It's going to take that down to 75% blue. A lot of mass destruction with Team VOX too. So M7. Cat does have a -1, so we're going to give her an M6. But it's an M6 Goliath. Finishing off the 75 blue. Taking out a blue. Taking out a red and taking out 15% of a red. I got 85 red remaining. Team VOX, 2.85 on their first wall. Team ARC starting a fresh wall. These walls have no immunity. Both players had played Holy Avenger on the previous walls. All right, go from Cat over to Dow. From the tank zone with Ward. Dow, 20-second timer. Dow, Sir Tim, and the Shaman. Timer's up. Beat the timer. Start out with Boss to their chest. Dow playing Boss in 5 with Cap in 7. Gonna move to the temple steps. Gonna keep Crimson from using a T10, a Torment, and a Max Spark. Revolt to Ron. Ron cannot use a T10 or an H9. And E7 Snowstorm is a fresh wall. Wall is stronger than the last wall. Amplified, black block, green block, 20% of a green block. I got 80 green remaining. Snowstorm, we're going to roll them. Ron, a 3 or a 4 will freeze the final block. It is a 4. But the wall is immune with the Holy Avenger. So it would have frozen block number 3, but they have Holy Avenger, so Snowstorm has no effect. And we go to Sir Tim, final move of round 5 for Team Box. 20-second timer. Sir Tim going to turn into a ninja. Going to get into the turret. Going to put Torment Smoke on Jim. H9 Goliath to the wall with Mass Destruction. That is a 9, 10, 11. Goliath with their Mass Destruction makes it a S11 Grizzly. Equivalent damage. Gold blue from Gemstone. Final blue for both teams. Gold is going to break Sir Tim's absorption. All right, and then the final move of round number 5, let's take it over to the Shaman. 20-second Shaman. Beats the timer. Summon Grizz to Sir Tim. Banish Wand on Busy Bee. She cannot be knocked back or lifted up this round. Is a Nirvana Wand. She's going to get in the turret. Torment Smoke to trigger. Ron, the absorption would have had to be played before the end of her timer because she already had her move in. So the absorption cannot be played. It can be played in the future, but it can't be played after the move's already locked in. What is the mythic sonar? Is that for the grenade? All right. So Grizz is going to launch Tim. It's going to take Tim down to 90%. M7 Wedding Crasher, 7, 8, 9. And Mythic Sonar. Monster is going to cut it down after the mass destruction, be equivalent to a monster. After the Mythic Sonar, it will take it down to a red eye. The 9 will be cut to a 7. It's going to be an M7 red eye. $80 green, blue block, amplify, blue block, amplify. All right, so we got 4 red, 1 full blue block after those grenade attacks. And we'll go into Dragon Storm. At the end of the round, I've got Trigger and Cat yet again. $15 points in Strawman for VOX. Halo for Busy. Halo for Julia. Halo for Crimson. All right, we're going to go into round number 6, Dragon Storm time. Both teams did qualify for Dragon Storm. We'll go back to the mission book. Ark did not accomplish the mission. Mission bonus, Team VOX. And they will unlock a stealth bomber in round number 7. All right, let's get that Dragon Storm roll going. 1 to 4. It is a 1 in Rage 1. Lowest Dragon Storm possible. Start out with Crimson. Crimson, 20-second timer for you. Easily beats the timer. Going to go Colossal Kang to Cat's Boss, which will cap this round. Could be worth 73. Absorption. Use Mind Trip on Busy Bee. Inferno, Strawman, Shatter. The Mind Trip on Busy is to prevent what type of smoke? We'll shatter that down to 60 red. And Jim, they're going to go Inferno to Strawman. So Busy, no torment for you. Kang's good. Absorption Potion. Busy, no torment. Shatter's good. And Inferno to Strawman. Jim, hits or wait? Does hit. So we're going to light Strawman number 4. And it will break the Absorption Potion. All done within the timer. All right, let's go over to Tormented Busy Bee. Busy, 20-second timer for you. Beat the timer. Busy Bee, Mind Trip to trigger. For what type of smoke, Busy? Navy Grenade to Strawman, and going to render Sir Tim. I think Tim's... All right, trigger, no torment for you. Navy to the Strawman, does hit. Let's put out Strawman number 4. And Ron, can we confirm? None? Yep. All right, sounds good. Thank you, Ron and Dr. Dye. Let's go over to Trigger. Trigger, 20-second timer. From the temple, you are tormented. With Trigger and then Jim back to back. Timer is up. Beat the timer and beat the nerf timer. Thank you for that. Playing Ancient. And Ace to Strawman. Going to double her personal mass destruction. Mind Trip to Jim for what type of smoke? Now it's going to be an E1 Goliath with mass destruction, but going to double her mass destruction. 36. Jim, hits or wait? Does hit. All right, let's light Strawman number 4 with the pet. Now this is going to be equivalent. The mass destruction is the upgrade on the grenade, which is going to be a Grizzly. Equivalent. So a big grenade. But because she's tormented, it's only going to be an S1 for the Dragon Storm. S1 Grizzly, I've got 2.6 red walls. Take down a full red block. 1.6 red remaining. Trigger still managed to get a little bit of damage done. Let's go to Gemstone, who is tormented as well. 20-second timer. All right, going to turn into a ninja. And last turn, Jim did get the Siege Award. She hit 5 zones. So that was 100 points for Jim. Turn into a ninja, Torch Wand, which is going to be red wands. It's going to be no strawman points this round for Ron and company. Goliath to the wall with Shatter. $75 blue, and after mass destruction, this wall is a little bit stronger. Shatter and the grenade both taking down the blue block. That's it. Slow sailing. Go from Gemstone over to Father Ron. 20-second timer to Ron. Ron's going to move to their rover zone. F5 Mighty Mike loaded. Let's give him to Mythic Kang and the Healing Seal. Mythic Kang to Cat's Boss. Possible 63. It's going to zap, do 3%. Each zap, 3% to the boss. So that will take it down to 97%. That is Dow's boss. Movement, Kang, Heal and Seal, F5 Mighty Mike loaded, and going to zap the boss on their chest. Mythic Sonar, Jim and Busy, double Mythic Sonars. %, nerf to the Mighty Mike. S3, equivalent to a Magic Mike. S3 Magic Mike, after it was nerfed, Ron, still going to rebuild a block. Not bad for where you were at. Full blue block back up on the board. Let's go from Ron over to Julia. 20 seconds. Beats the timer. Julia going to Kamiri to the Ozone. Outer Rover. Jin Shi will nerf Cat and Tim. Going to play Sirs. Get rid of her negative debuffs. Torment Smoke on Sir Tim. Zap to their boss. Take Cat's boss down to 97%. It'll cap next turn. And S8 Elmo loaded to the wall. And Sir Tim will intervene it. Kamuri for the teleport. Jin Shi for the nerf. Sirs to drop the buffs. Torment to Sir Tim. S8 Elmo. And you're good, Tim. You're good as well. Actually, hold up. Yep, Tim's not your turn yet. Don't worry about it. Let me delete that one. All right, so Tim's move's off the board. He's going to do the intervene. He had his move pre-typed, so no worries. All right, so intervene to stop the grenade. Let's go from Julia. Cat will cap. And we're also going to give 156 points in Kangs. And flags are now tied 3-3. And Cat, 20-second timer to you. We got Cat, Dow, then Tim, then Sheila. Beats the timer. Scold to Sheila. Seal and Thrill. S8 Lithium to the wall. Zap to the boss. Going to take it down to 93%. And S8 Lithium loaded to the wall. Does hit. All right, Scold to Sheila. Take Shaman down to 90%. Lithium. Going to take down the wall. Gold bar for Cat. Let's reset it. Walls are now 1-1. Both on the stronger wall. Gemstone with the Dominari. No gold bar for Cat. But Crimson says Chromica. Getting the points for the Chromica. And Scold is going to light Strawman, or I'm sorry, Watchtower, number 4. And we're going to spread Strawman number 5 with the lithium. All right, Scold is good. Lights a Watchtower. Seal and Thrill to Cat. Lithium. Strawman number 5. Zap the boss. And we should be on Dow's turn. "20-second timer for Dow. Dow, Sir Tim, and Shaman. Beats the timer. They have no boss, so there's nothing to zap. E8 Wedding Crasher to the wall. Mythic Kang to his boss. Mythic Kang could be worth 63. Ron, E8 Wedding Crasher. Does hit. We got 1 bonus point for Dragon Storm. E9 Wedding Crasher after Mass Destruction. E9 Monster. Blue block. Red block. 25% of a red block. So 75 red remains. Arc 2.75. Both on the same wall. Arc a little bit ahead. Let's go over to Sir Tim from the No Zone and Tormented. 20-second timer. Julia with the Chromica. Only counts as half because their scoring pets are half. Tim going to move to the O-Zone. Get back into turret. Heal and seal. Blaze to straw man. Zap their boss. Zap will take it down. To 91%. It clips the ball so it cannot be zapped. Movement, turret, heal and seal. Vlad's loaded. All right, so they're going to make the boss disappear for a second. Movement is good. Turret's good. Heal and seal. Do we get an attack on the wall? Vlad's to the wall, Jim. And does the straw man hit? All right. Sir Tim with a 6 award. A torch award. Congratulations, Sir Tim. And VOX is on the stronger wall. S3. After mass destruction. Blue block. 15% of a green block. 85 green remaining. All right, final move. Shaman Sheila. 20 seconds. Rage, Super Thrill. H9 monster to the wall with Shatter. All right, we are going to shatter. Take you down to 60 red. Cat going to prevent the grenade, though. So we're now at 2.6. That would have been a big hit. That would have been 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That would have been a huge hit, Shaman. But they shut down the Shaman. All right. Captains, give me your final four. I got a Ace Award for the Shaman. Valar, Jim, Julian, Dow. I got another blessing. Cat and Trigger. I got a Gold Orb Award for Cat. 100-point Gold Orb. Got Julia with the Occupy Award. Strawman, got 100 points for VOX. Halo for Busy. Halo for Crimson. DZ was 25-25. Strawman should actually be 0 because Jim used the Torch Wand. So Strawman is 0-0. Crimson Trigger, Ron, and Cat. All right, we're going to start out with Crimson, 20-second timer Crimson. Beats the timer. Skull to Valar. What is the second play on Villar? That heart emoji's covering it up. Dust smoke. Okay. Dust smoke to Villar. Scold to Villar. M7 Elmo to the watchtower and zap the boss down to 87%. Yep. All right, Scold is going to light watchtower number 5. Elmo, M7, is going to light watchtower number 6. Give him the points for the Elmo. Take Villar down to 90%. Give Crimson a absorption. All right, Scold, Dust Smoke, M7 Elmo, zap the boss down to 87%. 88%, sorry, 88%. It's 12% in zaps so far. All right, before we get to Villar's turn, we will cap the 4th boss, Arc, with a boss advantage. 4 flags to 3. And we'll go to Villar with a 20-second timer. Timer's up. Did not beat the timer. Nerf timer, 10%. 25% nerf timer started. %25 nerf. 50% nerf timer. Does beat the 50% nerf timer. This will be a 25% nerf to the attack. Going to go Colossal Faust to Julia. Blackout Wand, Unholy the Smoke. This will be a 50% PCP bonus to Julia for her highest PCP total. Blackout Wand, no DZ points. Abyss Wand is out of play. Prevent the grenade. Everything else is related to the grenade. All right, Colossal Faust is good. Wand is good. Unholy Smoke is good. But the grenade is ultimately prevented. Let's go to Trigger from the Temple. 20-second timer, Trigger. Easily beats the timer. Thank you. Skull to Villar. Zap to the side boss. Going to take that boss down to 85%. S8 Gavel Grenade to the wall. Skull to Villar. And we do also, Ron, you guys got a Stealth Bomber in play too, by the way. Put it up on the screen. Ron knows they have it, but he knows it's stealthed. Incorrect. 4 zaps. Zaps on targets are 3%. 4 zaps to a passive scoring or a Kang is a kill, Ron. So a passive pet, a scoring pet. So Nolan would be 4 zaps. Kang would be 4 zaps. A passive pet like Rocky would be 4 zaps, but not 2 regulation targets. It's 3% per zap. All right, so Skull to Villar. Skull's going to hit Villar, going to take her down to 80%. And Light Watchtower number 4. Gavel to the wall is going to be prevented. Let's go over to Gemstone. 20-second timer to Gem. Timer's up. Yep. Julia's going to play Initio for the Ice Wands to reset Ice. Super Thrill, Max Seal to Villar. Frostbite Wand is going to extinguish Flame 4 or higher. So that will take Vox from 6 down to 5. And we'll take the Frost Wands back out of play. Dune to Strawman. Going to take it from 5 down to 4. 3, 4, S4 Patton. Ron says, I'm good with that hitting. And After Mass Destruction. S4 Grizzly. Equivalent. 2.6. Strong damage for the grenade. Not enough juice. 0.6. Red block. 15% of a red block. I got 85 red remaining. Go from Gemstone over to Father Ron. 20 seconds, Ron. Got Ron, Julia, Cat, and Dow. Beats the timer. Ron is going to Kamiri to the Ozone. Scold to Jim, Dust to Dow. F4 St. Elmo, and a Shatter. Intervene from Julia. And Ron, Jim does have a pet repel. But Ron does get a absorption. Kamiri's good. Scold hits the pet repel. Yep, you got it. I got you, Ron. All right, Intervene is going to stop the Watchtower and stop the Elmo. Kamiri is good. Scold is no good, but he does get the absorption. Dust Smoke is good. Shatter is good, but the Elmo is not. Let's go over to Julia. 20-second timer for Julia. Beats the timer. Talon Villar to the DZ. F4 Lithium. Super Thrill. With Shatter. She does take down the last percentage of the block that's left. Julia with a gold bar. And going to put out straw man number 3. Final move, Team VOX, Cat, 20-second timer. Two more moves. We're winding down our first Jingle Bell Brawl and the final faction war before Christmas. Going to get in a stealth bomber. Y'all got to get a screenshot of Cat in a stealth bomber with a Santa hat. You will never see that in another game. All right, so she's getting into stealth bomber and flying to the temple. Cat with the Top Gun. Haze and Daze to Dow. Scold to Gem. Going to take Gem down to 90. You've Cat another absorption. And Light Watchtower number 5. Scold is good. Grenade is no good. Dow hazed and dazed. And Dow, your boss is going to cap. Got a 63-point Kang on top of it. Boss number 5. "20-second timer, final move of the night, everybody." Vines to Ron. Grizz to Ron. H9 Gas Blast to Ron. Ron has an absorption, a seal, and it hits. All right, Ron. Vines gets rid of the absorption. Grizz gets rid of the seal. And the Gas Blast launches him to the no zone. And that, everybody, is where we leave it. Epic match, Arc and VOX. Let's give Trigger and Cat Another blessing. Blackout wand. DZ is 0-0. VOX able to get 15 points. Dow with a sneaky move at the end. Let's count down the blessings and see where everybody ended up. Arc, not a lot of help with their blessings. Only 2. That is a fresh wall. Black and green over on the other side. 6. Now, a lot of help for Team VOX. It made the walls almost even. Still some red up there. VOX needed one more shot on that wall probably to even it up. But not a huge advantage. All right. Great job, everybody. Good match. This is the type of match that I needed before the holidays. You guys congratulate both teams. I'm going to add up all the extras, and we'll see. We'll see how it went down tonight. Both teams had some good moves. Some sneaky stuff that's in there. We'll see how the scoring played out. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, we are back, and a lot of scoring, a lot of options tonight, and Fox was down a couple. Justice not in the house tonight, but Fox got so many good people to jump in and fill in. Super good match. So we'll start out with the obvious flags. A couple of good things here. VOX able to play Rambo, which was huge. To get rid of some of those Kangs, but we had some good stuff with Ark as well, with Gronk and also the Wicked Boss being played. Overall, though, Ark got out of the gates with a flag game. They capped 5 flags. VOX capped 3, 900 points to 600 points. We'll get the negative 50 at the end when we do the extras, but Ark out to a 300-point advantage there. Then you get to walls. VOX hit the gas, slowed down a little bit. They played really well with the blessings, but the blessings, they needed a few more blocks there. It looked like they wanted to finish that wall. Anytime you leave red blocks up there, it's a little bit tough, but wall's still pretty close. Ark 615, VOX 450. So at this point, you got Ark up by a few hundred points. Get to Strawman. There was a big Strawman play where in round number 6, the torch wand was huge. VOX was moving along. There was 100 points on the board. They kind of stopped it. So it looked like a lot of domination with VOX, but overall, 45-0. VOX able to get the torch wand and then wind them back down before the points kicked back in. So VOX looked like they could have had some bigger points there. But let's get to where VOX did score. MBS, Father Ron, again, with the surrender. He knows what he's doing with that. 200 points with a surrender. MBS 200-0. Here's another surprising feature. Well, I guess not surprising because they used a Rambo, but Kangs. VOX with that Rambo combination, 345 to 225. So between the MBS and the Kangs, that took basically all the flag points. So now you got Ark kind of up by what they did with wall damage. Could VOX narrow that lead even more? Well, we'll go to the mission bonus. 50 points to 0. There's another 50. But here's where Ark kicked it back into high gear. Siege and Occupy, Jim and Julia, both scoring with that, 250-0. Cat holding down the temple, and Ron trying to get the Siege at the end, and Dow with a big move at the end. So that's 250-0. Watchtowers. VOX did make up some ground in Watchtowers. They lit up 5 of them. That is 125 points. Ark was able to get 3 of them, but Ark was throwing a lot of Elmos tonight, so we'll get to extras in a little bit, but VOX did have a 50-point advantage with Watchtowers. DZ, again, VOX with a slight advantage, but Valar using the blackout wand there at the end, 125-100. Theme here is VOX outscored Ark in a lot of different categories, but when Ark did score, they were significantly higher. You get to the timer, VOX even won the timer game, 270 to 230. So a lot of categories there. When we got to the end of just the core points, Ark had flipped the bosses and it had a slight lead, 23.95 to 22.10. But we get to the PCP points. PCP points, I've got Ark, 2 gold bars, a feather, a cannonball, 2 tires for Julia, an ace award, and PCP DZ was 75-75. Both teams split it. Both teams had somebody that had 2 halos. 75-75. That gives Ark 300 points, but they played Colossal Faust, and that gave Julia an extra 75. So 375. Let's go over to VOX. VOX won the PCP category too. They had a white flag, a feather, a cannonball, a tire, a wave, a torch award, Top Gun award, an orb by Cat, and PCP DZ. But they won it 400-375. So again, VOX winning, but not by a lot. Get to the extras. Ark, Elmos was the name of the game for them tonight. They had a couple of Red Watchers, a Dark Boss, a Chromica that was cut in half by Julia, and VOX was able to get a minus 56 in extras to give them a total of plus 94. You go over to VOX, VOX had Elmo's. They had Chromica, Mythic Watcher, Red Watcher, Dark Boss, and minus 78 with the Wicked Boss and the Mythic Gideon for a net of 47. So again, VOX scored higher in more categories. ARC overall, though, because of the flags and because of the walls, a slight victory for ARC. 28-64, VOX 26-57. Less than 200-point victory, and they did flip a couple extra bosses. So really, really good game tonight. But VOX coming on the road and mixing it up early and often. Gronk was the name of the game. And then some mistakes by both teams with the zaps, not using the zaps for things they could have taken out. So nonetheless, still a good game by both teams. I enjoyed it. Think you guys played great. So enjoy your night off tomorrow. Big, big weekend for us. I need to see everybody here Friday night if you can, because it is the season finale. Christmas Crazy Town 4. What will you find out? By the way, there is a way for King Apollo. It does have to do with the Wizard Gems. More to come on that tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you all Friday night. Peace.